He's been governor of Texas for nearly 10 years, and he wants to keep the job for another 4 years. Rick Perry has been in public office in Austin since 1985, and he has never lost an election. A few days ago, I sat down with the governor to ask if he's worried about the feeling among some voters that he's been in office too long. It seems to be this year especially a little fatigued with incumbents, and you're obviously one of those.
Right.
Convince the people of Texas that you deserve more time here in Austin.
Yeah. Austin's a good example that I would use and have from time to time is that I don't think anybody's ready to get rid of Mac Brown. He's got a successful record. He's put the Longhorns in a very enviable position. He and I have been in position of about the same period of time.
And like a winning coach, Perry says a governor should get credit for his state's successes.
Texas is #1 exporting state in the nation. We're the #1 job-creating state in the nation. CNBC chose us as the #1 state to do business just this last month.
As you well know, the state is facing a budget shortfall of said to be around $18 billion.
Sure.
What's the plan next year to take care of that?
Two things. One, we don't know what that budget shortfall is. We know it's going to be a substantial amount, but I think to go hang our hat on a number today is a bit premature. The comptroller will give us a good estimate after the first of the year, and then we'll know exactly what we have to deal with. Great news is that we're required to have a balanced budget by our Constitution, and we will have a balanced budget, and I will suggest very strongly without raising taxes.
Many voters are demanding action to remove the estimated 1.6 million illegal immigrants in Texas. Give us your position on whether Texas should have a law like they have in Arizona, an immigration enforcement law.
I've been very strong in my support of Arizona's sovereign right to pass legislation that they see fit for their state. I don't think that's necessarily good public policy. For instance, there was one part of that Arizona law that created a new cause of action against police officers, against law enforcement personnel that I don't think is necessarily good public policy. Prohibiting sanctuary cities that's in that law, absolutely, I support that greatly. The idea that you carve out a city in Texas like Houston and say this is going to be a sanctuary city, it really goes against the grain of being a country of laws, and so there are parts of the Arizona legislation that certainly we could support, parts of it that don't necessarily fit Texas needs as well. Should Perry remain undefeated at the ballot box yet again next month? There's some buzz about your possible next job, perhaps a run for the presidency in 2012. I tell people that I'm focused on this election, and I have no interest in going to Washington, D.C., other than to catch a good museum. You can see my entire interview with the governor on our website, KXAN.com, on our politics page.